there's anybody in the baseball industry that should put Mets fans at ease with his reporting and with his hinting at what teams are going to do, it's Jeff Passan. And Mets fans, I'm going to show you a thread of Jeff Passan Twitter or X messages with hinting and reporting at what the plan is going to be with David Stearns building this the way that he wants to build it. I will show you that in a minute, but if you can, guys, hit the notification bell, like, share, subscribe to these videos. I'm going to be doing daily content of reporting for the New York Mets. I'm one of the 16 Mets fans left that are fully believed in what David Stearns' plan is and what Steve Cohen's plan is, because David Stearns is going to build this thing the right way, the way it needs to be built to give us sustained success. No, contrary to popular belief, I do not work for the Mets. I am not David Stearns' nephew, and I'm not being paid by Steve Cohen, and I am not a closet Yankee fan, which a lot of people think that I am. Mets fans are going to calm down once you read this, because when Jeff Passan reports something, you guys have to listen. I've been telling you, I've been preaching patience as a Mets fan, telling you guys, everybody calm down. Stearns has a plan. He's going to build this the right way. And you might not see the plan right now, but it's also December. We're not even into the new year yet. And David Stearns is giving you little sprinkles, not the big splash yet. That's coming, according to Jeff Passan. Little sprinkles of how we're going to be better defensively and more versatile, and we're going to get there. This was a thread with Jeff Passan speaking about the New York Mets. My kind of question, open-ended and profane. I've written this, but I'll say it again. It's okay to be bad. It's okay to have a bad clubhouse. It's not okay to have both, okay? Basically telling you the clubhouse for the New York Mets was horrendous. Going back to what Tommy Pham had said a couple of years ago, Tommy Pham had said there's one guy in the Met clubhouse that works hard, and that is Francisco Lindor. Everybody else, it's kind of a laissez-faire. They're talking about golf. They're doing this. That was the clubhouse, and now it's gone, and we're great, and it's going to be fine. This is almost wholesale jettisoning, and now David Stearns gets a chance to rebuild in his vision. That's exactly what I've been saying since November. Since free agency started, we're going to build this thing the way David Stearns wants it built, and it's going to be a great, sustained winner here, guys. I promise you this. Historically, David Stearns has been a very disciplined and very practical, not splashy free agency, but while I also absolutely, this is the key, I absolutely expect the Mets to get a big free agent, make a big trade, or both. I don't inherently dislike a team taking its time. And this is the absolute report that Mets fans have to look at. And coming from Jeff Passan, who is one of the most credible reporters, if not the most credible baseball reporter that we have as baseball fans to come down to and say, if Jeff Passan's reporting it, that's it. It's perfect, because this guy's had a great track record. John Heyman's good. Ken Rosenthal's good. Will Salmon's actually coming on. He's been pretty good. But Jeff Passan's the top of the tier. When he reports something, you guys listen. That line at the end, again, I expect the Mets to get a big free agent. I've been saying that. Make a big trade. I've been saying that. And this is the biggest key. I don't inherently dislike the team taking its time. And I understand why Mets fans are getting impatient, because they lost their favorite players. They lost their homegrown guys. But just because the Mets are taking their time does not mean this can't work out. All right? We live in the instant coffee world, I know, where everything has to happen right away. We lost Edwin Diaz right away. We lost Pete Alonso right away. We have to replace them right away, or we're going to feel hurt. Our emotions are going to be hurt. We're going to cry about it. We're going to moan about it. We don't know what's coming next. But what I know is that David Stearns is a brilliant baseball mind. That's why he was highly coveted coming out of Milwaukee. Steve Cohen waited to get him signed. And now he's building this the right way. You got to give him time. You have to give him time. I just made videos about the Knicks with Tom Thibodeau and Mike Brown. Everybody bashed when they fired Tom Thibodeau. They killed the Knicks for doing that. Killed the Knicks for doing that. And you're seeing a better product now under Mike Brown. You're seeing The same thing happened now with change that had to happen. The Knicks needed a coaching change. The Mets needed a core change. And we're seeing that now. We get rid of that comfort feeling. Tom Thibodeau was comfortable. We knew what we had already. We liked what we had. We're okay with what we had because he's the guy that brought us to almost the promised land. With the core, Pete, Jeff, Brandon Nimmo, all the guys with the core from 2019, we knew what we had. So we were comfortable with that. It's time to get uncomfortable now. It's time to be uncomfortable as a Mets fan. Listen to what David Stearns and Steve Cohen are saying and watch this thing blossom into greatness. I don't know how much more of it I could even say anymore because I'm one of a small percentage of Mets fans that truly believe that this is the direction we had to go. And I couldn't be more happy or ecstatic. I could not want this more. The second that this team got shut out in game 162 against Miami, I said everything was on the table. Everything. There was no move besides maybe McClain, besides Juan Soto, maybe Lindor. There was a handful of moves that couldn't be made. Everything else was on the table because this team needed something different. It needed to be smacked on its ass, which it was, again. 7 years with this core, 2 postseason appearances, 2 collapses, 3 collapses, actually. Do we have to run through it again? We're not going to do that anymore. What needs to be said was the Jeff Passan's report is exactly what the Mets have to do. What's the big trade that's going to come out of this? Is it Ketel Marte? Is it Tyreek Skubal? Is it Paul Skeens no one's talking about? Is it Hunter Green? Is it somebody that we're not even thinking about right now that could be available via trade that nobody knows is available that's not in the industry? Like, we have no idea who's available. Is it a free agent signing? Is it Framber Valdez? Is it Ranger Suarez? Is it Alex Bregman? Is it Cody Bellinger? We don't know yet. Is it Kyle Tucker? Because if the Mets make a couple of moves here, fans will start to feel better about the team. This is the biggest thing that I think I'm most happy about. Mets fans are no longer getting their way anymore. Those days are over. I'm glad that we have a cold-blooded guy in here that said, homegrown guys, it doesn't matter. I need to put a sustained winner on this field. And it might not look like it now. It might not look like it January 3rd. It might not look like it January 5th. It might not look like it February 1st. But come April, it will look like it. And I know waiting till April, it's a lot to ask from Mets fans. I know that. What other choice do you have? That's the bottom line. What other choices do you have than to just dig your feet into the sand and say, you know what? 7 years with this core from 2019. Whether it was their fault or not, whether you want to admit it was their fault or not, no one's ever going to change the other one's mind. 7 years with this core, something's got to give here. Let's blow this shit up and let's start fresh. Let's get some new faces in here. Let's build a new core, a new sustained winning core. David Stearns already has this team with the number 1 farm system in baseball. That has so much value to it that people just don't comprehend. Aside from Steve Cohen's resources and money, aside from David Stearns' ability to draft the talent that he drafts, develop the pitching, develop the young hitting, aside from that, you have a farm system that is ready to be called up and dealt away for proven commodities. That is what nobody's talking about. And it doesn't have to happen now. You have to have the patience. You waited 7 years with the core and you made the playoffs twice. You got to have patience. I know you have patience. Now it's time to have a little more patience and let him try to build it his way. You guys can't always have your way as Mets fans, because the more and more that these guys fed into Mets fans, the more and more crap that we've looked like over the last decade. And I'm over it. And you should be over it as Mets fans. So this Jeff Passan report comes out. Calm down, guys. We're going to make a trade. We're going to make maybe even 2 or 3 trades, multiplayer trades, a big-time free agent signing. There's so much coming down. 80-something% of the free agency market is still available right now. What's the rush? Why am I going to go out and give Kyle Tucker 12 years when no one's coming close to that? Why am I going to give Cody Bellinger 7 when nobody's coming close to that? What do we do? You guys got to calm down. Moves are coming. Please, guys, share, like, subscribe this. Mets are going to make moves. Something's coming, and I promise something big is coming for David Stearns and the New York Mets. We are going to be a contender in 2026 and beyond for the first time in all of our lifetimes.